for me.
I know. I mean, you're old as fuck. I get it.
I was a man at that point, Bill.
I wasn't.
I was a man.
not a man.
I was, at
Are we
12,
I'm
I was
still not a
Are we
man
still
now.
talking
I mean,
about
we've
Goof
definitely we've moved on to just like how
I don't
much
know.
of a cuck I am in the world.
Yeah, just trying to make him feel silly about his life and his decisions, as I usually do. That's my job.
It is your job. That's why I hired him. I pay him nothing. He's great. You know,
Best business deal I've ever made. Get to come in here and put Bill in his place.
I mean,
and,
that's fine. It's fine. It's what it's here for. This is Meat Sweats.
Hey, Meat Sweats.
Meat
Did we start already?
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of going. Yeah.
We always.
Trust me.
rolling
I'll keep
start.
everything. It is a
I
rolling
thought that was
start.
like pre-cum.
No, it's just
We get the
fucking-
pre-cum going, we work it up a little slather, get a little wet, and then we just decide at whatever point we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's in.
Yeah.
It's in. We're in. Surprise. We're
Hey,
in.
hey.
Surprise entry. We call it
Hey.
the surprise entry.
Hola.
Rick.
Hola.
Hola.
What's up, guys? Bill.
What's
Rick.
happening?
Matt.
I'm gonna fuck your name up. I don't want to fuck your name. It's
I want to try it. Izquieta.
Yeah, you got it right.
Izquieta?
Yeah.
Izquieta. That's
Izquieta.
right.
Fuck.
Get it.
No, yeah, you
Yeah.
got it right. You got it right, Matt.
I'm
Thank you,
so
man.
talented.
That was so white of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So white and talented.
Isn't that like the whitest thing when a white guy just tries to
Yeah.
overpronounce Spanish?
Oh yeah,
shit?
he over enunciates.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
absolutely. I get hosts always getting nervous.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, how do you pronounce this? How's it?" And then so I have
I'd have to ask you
a
6 times.
repetition of host pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one guy getting to the point where he totally forgot my name, and he goes, "Bill," and then you hear me go, "Rick," from the back, and then he says, "Oh, I'm the worst host," and I put right in like subtitles, "Yes, you are."
Fantastic.
And then we have William Martinez. I got that right?
William Martinez.
William Martinez.
That's much
Can we
better.
just can we say Guillermo Martinez?
That'd be my dad.
That's your dad.
That's my dad. I got
Dad
the
is
white people
Guillermo.
name.
You get the white boy name.
Yeah, they're like we're gonna make sure you make an American. Because if they chop up Izquieta, imagine Guillermo.
Yeah.
Guillermo.
Oh yeah.
They get
yeah.
it wrong.
Yes, yes.
Guillermo is such a fucking masculine name though.
Oh, that's
Like
my
you-
middle name.
Is it really?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you
My
go.
real name is Enrique Guillermo Izquieta.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That is
crazy
just-
wetback.
that is
Crazy
the
wetback.
sexiest
Why don't you?
goddamn
Why are
name
you
I've
a
ever
comic?
heard.
Why don't you just write romance novels?
Right?
Like you have the
He
name
does.
for it.
I did voiceovers for some sex audio things one
Did you
time.
really?
Yeah.
Good for
Where
you.
I was like, and then I came in.
He's got a big dick
Rip
voice.
your
on it.
shirt
Was that
off.
pre-Pornhub?
Huh?
Was that pre-Pornhub?
I think so. I don't know. I was getting paid like $20 per.
It was actually a voiceover to like a snuff film.
Oh,
And they were just like, we need a big dick voice for this one.
Yeah,
Rick
then
in.
I had a
Big
kid, and
Latino.
it didn't work anymore because I'd be like, and then I rubbed your leg. And then it was like, fuck, shut that kid up, man. I quit this job.
Kids will fuck a lot of things up, man. How
Yeah.
many kids do you have?
I have two.
You have 2 kids?
I have two, yeah.
Matt's beating you.
Yeah,
got
he
more.
is. He is. I'd rather, go Matt.
He's no, this is not a game you want to win.
I know.
This is not a competition you want to get
This is
involved
like
in.
golf. It's like golf.
Lowest score wins.
Just got one kid, man.
I just got one.
Or none.
I have none. I'm in the no kids.
I'm in the no kids.
you go
I
in-
have the dog that you will smell one of his farts during this episode.
He will
Like,
come in here and fart,
guaranteed.
yeah.
He'll come crop dust the table.
You don't want to go into negative kids, though. If you go into negative kids, that's
Negative kids,
that's a
you
real sad
really
life.
lose.
If you can keep it at
You
Yes,
really
zero,
yes.
lose.
That's that. You'll
Yeah.
end up somewhere bad.
yeah, bad places.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry, I had to ruin that.
Yeah.
I
With
know.
my
I'm sitting there
dead kid.
thinking about a mother losing her son.
Whenever I can toss out a good dead kid joke, you know I'm good for it.
Guy's been thinking about murder. Murder's been on his mind. That's it.
Yeah, Rick's been here. Rick has watched me go to all of my kids' sporting activities. this
Yes, yes. He's
Yeah.
been a good dad.
Good dad, right?
At least that's what he tells us he goes to.
Yeah.
week. Really,
I guarantee it is.
Really,
he doesn't
I'm-
have the money
he
for
could
strip
end up in a
clubs.
bush down the
He
street.
doesn't.
Who knows?
Nah.
really just going into the garage and jerking off.
Really? Matt.
Yeah.
in his own tears.
In my own tears. Yeah, that's what I have to use.
And apparently, like all three of his kids have a L on their team so far for their first game or the game this weekend.
My daughter's team actually won today.
Oh,
and that was
softball.
their first win of the season. Let's give it up for the Little Devils.
Yeah, let's give it up
Yeah.
for the sisters.
Yeah, no, I was very happy for her today because
Yeah, good.
I think last season they won one game too. So, and the boys are on just a They're having a rough time in football. They have
Are they really?
And I'll be like, be
Football's
more like
not
your
going good?
sister.
yeah, no shit. I should be like, fucking pick it up, boys. This little 10-year-old girl's whooping your ass all over the place.
She
Ooh,
plays
that's a hard
Barbie
thing.
dolls.
That's a hard thing. That's how you get a son who's just like, I don't know if I want to be a boy anymore. Don't do that, Matt.
Oh shit.
I mean, Bill, sometimes it's not just their parents that fuck it up, okay?
I mean,
If you're gonna be
nine times out of
intolerant
10
on this podcast to all
9
people,
times out of 10.
To
it's the
all
parents.
people?
Parents'
I'm-
fault.
guys-
9 times out of 10.
I want to apologize. I want
Parents.
to let you know that we are all inclusive here on the Meat Sweats podcast.
We are.
We know it takes all types, all kinds, and sometimes my Bill, my Bill, he's my Bill. My Bill says hateful North
Wouldn't be
Dakota
anybody
shit.
else's.
Gracias.
That wasn't hateful.
That was so hateful.
How dare you?
What nationality are you, Bill?
I'm Italian, Polish, Irish, and Hungarian.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah,
hell.
just a bunch of dirty breeds of white.
Cool,
Yeah.
man. That's you're very European of
They're
you.
dirty breeds of white. Yeah.
So you got any mafia family?
I don't personally like. They weren't related to me, but they had married in to one cousin was involved with. Some,
Didn't you get in trouble the last time you told this
No,
story?
I mean,
didn't
I'm-
your mom fucking yell at you?
She said I just named names because I.
Is
Never
Bill
name
home?
names.
No, she called me and she's like, "You said you weren't going to name names, and then you said their names." And I was just like, "It was just their first name."
tell your nephew Billy. You know we're coming for him.
So,
gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
There's my cousin got pinched for smuggling guns
Nice.
into the country into Florida.
See, he says pinch too. There's that mafia coming out right there. That's just part of his vocab.
It is. And then I had my aunt. She had remarried after my uncle died, and the dude she remarried wound up dead in a hotel with a cleaver in the back of his head. So I mean,
Dang,
it was
that
just
is
like it was
real.
legit.
Thanksgiving's
some
just
re-
around
yeah.
the corner.
Yeah.
Think
Think about
a good
that
story
cleaver.
to
Well,
share with my
Halloween's right
family.
around the corner, man. Halloween's got way more meat cleavers in it than
Right?
Thanksgiving.
Tell the story around Halloween. Go right.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's perfect.
Hey,
That
kids,
works that way.
gather around.
and then he just comes back as a ghost and he haunts you and he's like, "Where's my cannolis?"
Yeah, probably should. I'd be a hungry ass ghost.
Right? Make sure you're talking to your mic there.
Make sure I
There we go.
There you
Perfect. There you go. Whether you're
So
there,
much
we're
better.
there.
Just don't like having my mouth on the tip of it.
And you can put your mouth in it. too. I got a condom on it for a reason. That's
what these are.
And these are like
little fluffy
condoms,
condom.
microphone condoms.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so
Mic
you don't get
protectors.
my microphone. I'll follow your shit.
That has your name
Yeah,
all
so I don't
over
give
it.
him my oral STDs.
I already have my own cold sores. I don't need your virus too, buddy.
That's why we all have our own, guys.
Yeah.
We don't swap, all
My
right?
fucking this is
What's
my herpes
what's the
strain.
mob? What's the mob word for cold sore?
What is it? What could it be?
Curious.
What could it be?
Mob word,
I got two mobster fucking fans here.
I don't know.
What's the mob word for cold sore?
Mob word for cold sore.
Nothing, because it's never really there.
Fish
They
lips.
just don't talk about
Fish
it.
lips. Fish
They
lips.
just don't talk about it. Like you can see the Don when he's got a
That
herpes
bitch
outbreak.
got fish lips.
You came up with something much better. I was gonna come up with like stinky pussy face. So like
Ooh.
you know, I don't know.
That's not how you get them though.
I don't know.
It's a different virus.
Halibut
Yeah.
heaven.
That's right. That's what
And
I'm
you
saying.
really know this. Have you been like at
I-
Wikipedia for like 10 days?
No,
like, what is this on my lip?
So I wrestled in high school and college, and there's all kinds of like skin diseases and shit.
Ring
So
worm.
you just get an understanding of what you
Yeah.
could get.
Yeah.
Because I had a roommate who there's when you get herpes on your lip, it's a certain virus.
Uh-huh.
You can get herpes just on your skin. That's a different one. And so my buddy had like an outbreak that would happen like right around his eye right here. And I mean, this is like one of the gnarliest dudes you've ever met. Like he's been wrestling since he was 6. This guy's got muscles on his teeth. Like he's just a bad motherfucker, but he gets like a herpes outbreak on his fucking that looks like a Nike swoosh.
Was he like rubbing his eye on the pussy? Like,
No, that's not how you. Like I said, it's
I
a
know.
different virus.
Yeah.
you know, like
I hear eye herpes is the worst.
Yeah.
You know, like
dude,
mouth
there's a
herpes,
kid,
genital
we had a kid
herpes.
lose his eye to MRSA. That's a real motherfucker. MRSA's scary shit. Like
hell is
it's
MRSA?
a antibiotic resistant strain of the staph virus
Yeah.
Sweet.
or bacteria.
It's like it's a flesh eating like
Yeah,
You would get that in football on the turfs.
Yeah.
The black little plastic pieces.
Yeah.
You know, you would get that in
yep.
football.
And then it gets in like you get like a turf rash or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got a fucking hole in your arm.
Yeah. Kids would tell
gnarly.
kids on the.
That's
I was
nasty.
I was coaching.
So gnarly.
Yeah.
I was coaching football, South Torrance in South Bay.
Yeah.
And high school, and some of the kids would tell me that, man, coach, you know how these turfs are, these black little pellets, because you get staph infections, coach. And I was like, fuck, I'm not playing. That's you
why
guys
you gotta-
played.
That's crazy.
And because
Armour on.
when I played, it was all dirt. It was
Yeah.
just a little bit astroturf.
Yeah,
down there.
you have like a crazy football playing story.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You ball player?
Yeah,
You played
yeah.
Game? Yeah.
Yeah, played high school senior year, and I sucked. But I kept playing after that. I played in a semi-pro league.
Oh, shit.
It was called L.A. Outlaws in L.A.
The outdoor or arena ball? It was like,
Outdoor.
Outdoor, yeah.
Outdoor, yeah. And so, but it was dirty as fuck.
that's awesome.
It was really dirty, and the
gritty.
refs didn't call, clippings and
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to school in Mexico. I went to a university down there
That's
in
dope.
Monterrey, Mexico. And then I found out they had football, and I tried out. And I was telling, Matt, the tryout story. It's like they get 150 guys out of like 600.
Yeah.
And then they break that into 3 teams, and they make a season, and they play other universities. And we're playing JV teams in like San Luis Potosí and Torreón and like all these other
That's so cool.
universities, crazy all
Yeah,
around
yeah.
Mexico. Because it apparently, and last night's show,
Yeah.
this guy comes out in the audience, and he said, you remember? He said, hey, first NFL team started in Mexico.
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh,
guy.
yeah?
And I was
Really?
like, huh?
Yeah.
My joke's about playing football in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to white people like, hey,
I
football in Mexico.
never even thought about that, honestly, like football in Mexico. Like,
Yeah.
I thought
When he
all
told me this,
football in
I-
Mexico was with your feet.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
what a
all
lot of
Well,
people.
that's why
yeah,
they call it football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so a lot of people don't know, and down there they call it fútbol americano.
Yeah.
American
shit,
football.
yeah.
And then I played 2 seasons there, and that was awesome for the university 1 season and the tryout season.
Did you fuck anything
so-
up? Did you ever get injured?
Yeah,
what's the
actually,
worst-
I
what's the
got a
worst one?
hernia, and
You got a
at
hernia?
at the end of
You go in and do
no, it
they
came-
put the mesh in?
yeah, but that was it. Like I wasn't playing. I came back
Yeah,
home
yeah.
here to LA. I mean,
Yeah.
over in LA.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever get injured playing any sports? I never asked you that. Like, you know all my bullshit.
Concussion,
Yeah.
couple,
You could tell.
football. Fuck you. Fuck you, piece of
Nice
shit.
jab.
Like, I went
got
to,
it
I went,
twice.
listen,
I got
hey,
twice.
asshole. I graduated from law school.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm
couple concussions. Nah, I'm fucking
Sorry,
Couple
Papa.
concussions. Broke my nose a couple times.
now that you can't tell. You have a beautiful nose.
You can. It's a little
See,
bit
you
crooked.
give
Like
him-
I got a
that's how you-
deviated
That's how
septum
you
there.
deal with Matt. You give him a little
Yeah.
shit, and then you'll compliment.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just-
No, you say something nice to
Give
me,
and
like
take.
you get to say something shitty. That's just the way it works. Like because I'll immediately forget about both.
Exactly.
What else did I do? Broke my hand on a helmet.
Oh,
Like this hand was this fucking big for about
I've
a week.
I've done both of these.
Yeah.
These metacarpals in the outside, like boxer's fractures. Oh, those are awful.
Yeah,
I've broken all my fingers.
me
Like,
too.
Pretty much.
Me too.
Like, football. Did you ever get turf toe?
No.
You ever get
no,
turf
never
toe?
had- No.
Nothing I
used-
can think of.
I used to get it from wrestling because
Yeah.
like you sprawl and you push your toes down.
Yeah.
And it would just like it was like having the worst stub toe ever. That then someone was like putting a red poker on.
I think I have that now.
Really? Oh,
These days.
it's just a bunion, dog.
From all the sports that I've done and all the injuries too, man. I spent like fucking
thousands of dollars.
time at the hospitals, and my mom just
Yeah.
again with the stitches,
Yep.
again with the finger, again
Yep.
with the bone, again, and drove my mom crazy, man. So
My mom hated it too. That's my brother. Like, didn't do any of that shit. Like, he didn't really play any sports.
stayed in.
Well, I mean, he had like a rare brain disorder happen to him when he was like in like a sophomore in high school, and so like he just didn't get to do sports and stuff.
Definitely happened to him.
I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault.
It
The
definitely-
brain
It
was your
disorder
fault.
wasn't my fucking
It
fault.
definitely happened to him.
It happened to him. It wasn't my fault.
My kids spend a lot of time in in the hospital.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. My oldest son has had the brake handle from his bike in each thigh.
Dang.
Like on separate things, because he's just like, I'm going to go jump my bike. And he
Yeah.
would jump his bike, and he would crash it, and he would end up with a brake handle. in
That's
his
one of the
fucking- in his
grossest
thigh.
injuries I've ever seen
in
from like
his thigh?
motocross.
In his thigh.
I seen handlebars in a guy's thigh once. Like,
This is tough.
Yeah.
This kid's a tough. Like, I dropped
kid.
the worst moment. One of the worst moments of my life. I was taking him on a quad ride. We used to live in the woods. We were on a trail, and like, I was going super fucking slow. And he was 2, and he was sitting in front of me. I had my arm around him, and like I hit like a rock, like just caught the back axle and like stopped the bike. And like he flew out of my arms, and I was just like, I just killed my son. Like my son is dead now, and he was fine. Like
Just popped up,
He's got
like
like some.
nothing happened.
He's got a couple like small little scars that just look like acne scars. But like no, this kid is just.
Oh,
just
man.
the toughest fucking kid I've ever met in my life,
Wow.
which is lucky
this
because
is
I
the
almost
oldest,
killed him.
right?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
oldest.
it's the oldest.
Yeah.
He's the oldest one.
the oldest is a beast.
That's the
too.
linebacker.
That's the linebacker.
It's the
yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah, the wrestler
It's the
too.
wrestler.
Yeah, he's a great wrestler.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, you're a football guy. Matt's a football guy.
Yeah.
Wrestlers are the toughest people.
I believe that.
We used to-
I've wrestled with wrestlers.
We used to pull football guys into the wrestling room, like at the beginning
Yeah.
of the year, to try to get like 1 or 2 of them to sign up. Because there's big fucking strong boys that play football, but wrestling's a different kind of fucking thing.
That's a totally different monster.
And so we just pulled these big football players in there and just fucking own on them.
I had a
for like a
roommate.
solid like hour.
I had a roommate in Mexico. His nickname was Ninja.
Oh yeah,
He was a judoka, judo.
judo's a motherfucker.
And he was like a black belt in judo.
Yeah.
And he was competing for the university and for Ecuador too at times. And the dude was my roommate. And the dude every time, hey, come here. And then he just just fucking flipped me down.
Oh, dude, when
And
they
take
do
me
it,
all the
too.
way up, and then bring me down, and tie me out. All the jujitsu stuff,
Yeah.
but with the original judo,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I'd go watch him, and I always compete, and I understand you guys, man. I've been in the dojo with those guys. It's insane.
Dude, judo's dope.
Yeah, I love it.
I never really got too deep into it, but I definitely did like a solid 2 years of judo, like in like middle school, and it was
Okay, middle school. Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard somebody be like, I never got too deep, but I did like 2 years, man.
I was in
2
middle,
years
I was
of
in middle
judo.
school. You can't
In middle
get,
school.
You don't get too deep into anything.
No, I
but a
realized that
fucking
after
video
you said
game
after you said middle school. I was like, all right.
See, I played football freshman year,
yeah.
but then I got kicked out of my high school.
What'd you get
Yeah.
kicked out of your high school for?
I threatened to stab a kid.
Well,
See, that's
I mean,
another sport.
you know.
I mean, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Threatening to stab kids, that's another sport.
Well, I mean, for my defense, everybody had butterfly knives back in the day.
I mean, I lived in a town of 16,000 people.
I think
I
I
had
have a butterfly knife now still.
Yeah,
like that's the one that I found when I was 10 years old that's like still sitting
God
somewhere.
damn
We
it.
found
I
it in
used to love the
Chinatown,
butterfly.
Chicago.
Love a butterfly.
Everybody
knife.
used to
You
pull
from
the tricks and
Chicago?
stuff. Yeah, I'm from
What
Chicago.
what neighborhood you grew up in?
Well, like I was born in Chicago, and then my parents slowly moved me up to the suburbs, and we ended up in Glenview, and I went to high school out there, and then I went to college in Florida and came back, and now we live in Chicago, Logan Square.
Logan Square. Logan's dope right now.
Hell yeah, it is.
Like
Hell yeah,
it's
it is.
that's high money though. Like
yeah,
there's
but
a lot of
it used to be bad.
yeah, it did used to be real bad. But now like Logan Square is like
white people
completely
central.
gentrified. Like
yeah.
there's breweries lining the fucking street.
Yep.
Fucking yuppie assholes walking around.
Yeah,
Just
shout out
like-
to Pipeworks, Pipeworks Brewery.
Just
I
like
what's
Highland
the one with
Park.
what's the one with the fist? What the fuck is
Revolution.
Revolution?
Yeah.
Revolution's dope. You know what I really liked when I was because I went to Chicago like a year ago, and stayed with my cousin Humboldt.
Oh,
My favorite neighborhood that I went to is Milwaukee. I just
What do
love
you mean Milwaukee?
like that Milwaukee.
Is it Wisconsin?
Oh, Milwaukee Street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I was
Milwaukee's.
I was gonna say that's not in Chicago, Bill.
That's-
What
yeah.
the fuck's
Yeah,
wrong
Milwaukee.
with you?
No,
There's-
street.
There's a
Fucking
neighborhood
dumb
in
Polak.
Chicago.
Which
is
one?
Milwaukee.
Wicker Park?
Near Wicker Park, yeah. Like
Yeah.
right there, that little drag
you
right
got
there
the-
down Milwaukee.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking dope right there.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
they get
that's
that
what's
Irish
poppin'.
bar there. I was at St. Patty's there last year, and it was like one of the fucking craziest places I've ever been. It's
Yeah, well,
great.
if you or anybody ever needs an attorney out there, my family's right on
Oh,
Milwaukee.
Yeah, they take care of them. They worked with Gotti, right?
I I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
my family's from Chicago, like-
They did a deal with one of the families, just a real estate deal that somebody was selling their property and they sold it to somebody else. And
Yeah.
we don't talk too many names.
we don't name names.
Forget nephew Bill. Who's this other kid?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, who's the little Cuban?
Who's this Chicago kid? Went to college in
I
Florida.
thought we told you don't name names. Okay.
Never name names.
All right. Hey, Rick.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Chicago's fun, man.
Chicago's a great town.
I've never been to Chicago. You
should
guys,
go. We
we're
should
going to have to go to
definitely go.
Chicago sometime. All 4 of us, we're going to get together. We're going to go to Chicago.
Beautiful.
I spent the night in Chicago in the airport.
Yeah?
Got my wallet
Which
stolen.
one?
Fuck
Which
yeah.
one? Midway?
Fell asleep in the airport.
Is it
'Cause
Midway?
Someone stole your
Yeah,
wallet.
because I was
Midway.
just like, I'm gonna catch a flight the next morning.
Yeah.
Instead, I said, I'll save some money, not get a hotel, and just fucking try and chill here.
Classic comic move. Right?
And then I fell asleep and then I noticed my wallet was gone when I was in Lansing, Michigan.
Oh.
And you're like, jokes on that.
And I was like in the
asshole. I didn't have
bathroom,
nothing.
and I was like, "Oh, where's my wallet?" And then I said, I put like 1 and 2 together. I said, "They pickpocketed me when I fell asleep."
It ain't Chicago unless you're getting robbed.
Yeah. It really isn't.
I mean, guys, I don't want to fucking fuck this up for you, but this is not a good commercial for Chicago. Like a slogan for your city is like,
Well, we
if
don't
it's
need-
not
we don't-
Chicago if you're
That's
getting
it.
robbed.
Well,
like,
we don't need weak people in Chicago.
Jesus.
But hey,
Jesus Christ.
So Chicago.
We have
Survival of the
no
fittest.
fucking
Yeah.
humanity in Chicago.
That's their
But it was
slogan.
my fault because I didn't get a hotel. But I didn't get a hotel. I stepped out of that airport and it was fucking like 20 below, dude. It was fucking cold that night.
Yeah.
And then I remember Mike Tyson was fighting. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to sit down and watch this at the bar. Just chill, buy a beer."
Yeah.
Boom, first round. Fight's over. Good night. I go,
Bye, buddy.
what I do now? I go back outside. It's cold. I go, I just cuddle up over here. And then next thing you know, when I woke up the next morning late for the plane, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I was 20 years old. I was like a
Fuck.
fucking kid, and that's when I learned that shit. Yeah. I went to go, visit a girlfriend who was in Michigan.
That's always a mistake.
And Chicago was
It's
a
always a
stop.
mistake. Always a mistake when you're going to visit a woman. It's always something bad's going to happen.
It's nothing good can ever come from it. Because either you're going to get your wallet stolen or
Yeah.
you're going to have a kid or something.
Yeah,
and
STD. You get those lip herpes we were talking about.
Yeah.
Eye herpes. I hear those are bad.
Yes.
I've heard of eye herpes before. No one ever told me about eye herpes before. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
Isn't it also called pink eye?
That's something else.
Pink eye.
Yeah.
That's if you lick asshole.
That's fecal matter getting in your eyeball. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Oh,
learned.
is that-
That's
is it-
what I learned from the movie Knocked Up.
But it's not always fecal matter.
Yeah,
Like,
beer, please. Yes, please. Not always fecal matter.
I don't know. Maybe it's a.
I know it's not. I know you can get it from fecal matter in your eye, and you can pass it from one another if you will have pink eye. But you need another one.
Yeah, please.
Fucking go get us another beer, Bill. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you?
You treat me like
You're not doing enough, Bill. You're not doing
treat
enough
me like I'm
producing
worth
this.
nothing.
And this is brought to you by PBR.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Blue Ribbon.
When I, was
For
young-
all.
and when I was younger, me and my buddies used to drink Pabst, and we would make videos like commercials. And I remember putting my buddy in front of the camera like that, like a bartender, and then I'd throw him a towel, and he goes, "Hey John," and then he'd go, "When I serve beer, I serve Pabst Blue Ribbon." It was always Pabst Blue.
Yeah.
And then we would throw it, and then we'd make a noise like, just all the fucking dorky ass shit you're watching today on YouTube.
Yeah.
We fucking used to do that. We just didn't upload it.
yeah, we didn't have anywhere to put it.
So when did you start doing that? When did you start doing like entertainer shit?
When I was a kid with my dad's, big ass camera in the '80s,
no
going
shit, you were
around.
filming shit way back then?
Yeah.
Really?
And all that shit ended up in the storage, which ended up somewhere else that don't know where it's at. Because I told you the story of my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would you ever do anything like so? Like, I didn't meet you when you came through Phoenix like 2 years ago and did all your filming, but
Yeah.
I met you at Big Pine and you had got this documentary that you putting out.
Yeah.
And that was really powerful. I was sad to miss it. I was producing podcasts at the other room, so I
no
couldn't
problem.
leave.
No, it's gonna come out soon.
I've heard it. I heard it was really good. I heard it
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah?
I got a positive response.
Yeah,
So-
I'm working on it as we were like, sitting in the room. Thank you, Mr. Matt Walker, that provides me this week.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sitting in there and I'm working on it. I'm watching it and kind of like saying, okay, maybe this is where we need to make changes and getting people's feedback that we got that day, which was like.
Did you get a lot of good feedback?
Yeah, we got 12 people that filled out the questionnaire, and then 9 out of that 12 gave us a 1 or a 2 out of 5, which was excellent or good.
That's awesome.
And then it looks like the 2 5s may have gotten flipped. So the 2 people who actually had 5s may have been thinking 1s because
when you said 1 and 2, I was just like, oh.
I was like, that's not
Yeah.
good score.
I was like, oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's it.
Like
But
you just
if
told us this was a good documentary,
Yeah.
and now you're telling me it's getting fucking 1s and 2s
See,
out there.
okay.
You
Rick?
can't do it. You can't do a
Jesus
scale.
Christ.
You can't do a scale with the low number being the worst.
Nobody's perfect,
Yeah.
and thank you to my sister Michelle who put that together. I
Yeah.
sent
I'm
her an
sorry,
email.
Michelle.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. Fucking sorry. But
And my brother Adrian was going through the same thing. It's like 1, 2, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Because my brother Adrian is the editor / director / producer with me.
filmer,
and then
he's the camera guy. He
yeah,
does all that
and
shit.
He's the
and
Bill
so-
Laskowski.
And so when the judgment
Keep on trucking, Adrian. You're the man.
when the judgment comes on to him, he's like, "What the fuck?" and
That's
I'm like,
exactly
"Hey, relax,
that feel. I
bro,
know that
relax."
feeling so much.
Yeah.
Let's just take it for what it is. Come on, let's go back to the drawing
That's
board.
what Matt says.
That's what I do. I just like we're not going to
You
split
guys got a
this,
great
Bill.
relationship there. It sounds like.
Yeah. Right. Good. That's why I like Matt. That's why I get along with Matt, man.
Matt's he's the talent.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Everybody,
the-
you know what?
that's
Before,
it is.
I'll be honest with you. The way I met Matt at the festival.
Yeah.
we
Yeah, we
but I
talked a
didn't
little
get-
bit. We didn't
it-
get to spend a ton of time together, but
It
we
was
just
like
kind
a
of
quick,
talked.
"What's up, dude? Hey, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then it was just a
Good
lot
people.
of
The
commotion,
reason-
a lot of movement going
The
on.
way this started was from that festival.
Yeah.
The way Meat Sweat started was
Oh, it
like,
did?
Yeah. Matt and I just had a really great time last Big Pine.
Yeah, last Big
together.
Pine, Bill was there the first night I did stand up comedy, and I introduced myself.
It was
to
actually
him.
good too.
Okay.
Like, you know how you see somebody and normally, if you've been doing it for any time, any amount of time, when you see a person's first time, you're just like, this is going to go one of a couple ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be just real painful, or they're going to do somebody else's jokes, or, maybe there's that once in a while guy where it's just like, holy fuck, keep going. And Matt was that guy where it was just like, holy shit, you came up here, told a great story. He went up and did a story, something he knew, something that happened to him, something that was real, and he put a couple bits into it, and he had a good set his first time out.
Yeah.
He got laughs.
It was a
And-
real motherfucker because it convinced me that I didn't want to stop. And then the next set immediately after that, I got no fucking laughs
That's
at
exactly
all.
what should happen.
Yeah.
Though. It's you have a good set your first time, it hooks you,
Yeah.
and then the next one just knocks you back in the nuts.
With William, I met William through just at a club, ran into him. Now,
Yeah.
William's done it before. He's done comedy in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
But he's out here in L.A., and then he's walking around at the Ice House, and I just see his fucking motivation. Hey, what's up? What's your name? What's your name? He's a very motivated person, dude. And I like that. I'm kind of like that as well sometimes. Or sometimes I'm 50-50. Sometimes
Right.
I'm held back. Sometimes I'm very forward. He's a very motivated person. And I was watching him go around. I said, "Hey, yeah, you want to fucking let's hit the road? Yeah, let's hit the road. Whatever.
I'm fucking ready.
It's all about you, baby. You, baby. Let's hit the." And I was like, "Yeah, I need that too. I need that too."
No,
let's
it's
do
when,
it.
when
And
someone
then-
brings a different energy to you that maybe you don't have all the time.
Yeah,
And it kind of refreshes you. That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
And that's something you need to understand. That's what fucking makes the world worth living is having people around you that elevate you.
Yeah.
So that's fucking awesome, man.
And the first thing I did for him that I didn't do for anybody is I haven't watched his comedy yet. And I brought him on the road with me, the Oceanside.
Oceanside.
It was a last minute thing, and I brought him. All right, let's go, dude. Fucking let's go. And then I was like, okay, just make sure this is out of the way there. Make sure that. And then he's going up, and then the booker comes up to me. She goes, so this is the guy that you picked. I was like, yeah. And I was just like, I was just watching, but he came through. He came through.
come through on it?
And I was like, whoo, yeah, like, hey. And she was like, that. I was like, I know, that's how I
Just sitting
did.
there biting your-
That's how I pick him.
pull that piece of lip up, and you're just like, oh, please.
See, I told you he was good when I booked him.
Because with Matt, I can say I've seen him once. He was at the show the other night.
Yeah.
And I can say, okay, I've seen this guy once. But with Will, I was like, dude, I've never seen this guy before. All right, let's hit fucking. And then he nailed it. He did a good job.
Thanks,
He did.
man. Yeah, no, Rick came up to me after the set. He's like, man, I didn't see you. He's like, I was nervous. I was like, dude, what the, or whatever.
I mean, it can get nerve-wracking, though, because, I mean, like, how many people where it's just like, oh, yeah, I really like him as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're at a mic, like, how many people is that? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, and then when you're presented with options and opportunities, you kind of want to like help people out, but you don't want to put them too ahead of their time.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they'll get that bad name.
I don't know. You know what, though? Like, you got to get thrown to the wolves every once in a while,
Yeah.
for sure.
You do.
Like, you got to go fucking have to soldier through something that you're not ready for.
You have to step in front of that fucking firing line because that's the only way you can gauge where you're fucking at.
Yeah.
Like
Any challenge, like when I've been in situations and they offer a comedian an opportunity, okay? So let's say a comedian is just there hanging out.
Yep.
And then they say, hey, man, 5 minutes, you want it? And they go, oh, I'm not ready. Boom. That's a bit, you just set yourself a year back or 2 years back
absolutely.
because
Especially in that place, because they're
that
going to look at you.
is so valuable right there. And that usually happens in, month 1, month 2 to 6, 7 year. Who knows how many times, because they're trying to.
That's how I went on stage on a weekend in a club the first time. Is I'm sitting in the back of the old stand-up Scottsdale. I've got shorts and a fucking tank top on, like that's covered in holes.
So you look like country bumpkin
I look
style.
like shit. Just utter hammered shit.
Oh, I think I remember you now.
Nobody else is in the room, and Howard Hughes comes up to me. He's like, hey, I need someone to go up and host. Like, there's nobody else here to do it. Like, go do it.
Yeah,
I was
good.
like, all right, can I go change my shirt? And he goes, no, go up on stage right now.
Holy
so I go up on stage. I'm hosting for April Macy,
Okay.
who is just a
Yeah.
beautiful woman
Yeah.
and fantastic comic. We get done. I'm sweating. I smell. I'm fucking dirty. And I've been hosted. Like, I didn't do awful, but I didn't do great. But I did it. And I made it through that night, and I wasn't comfortable about it. I wasn't at my best, and I just pushed through. And sometimes you got to do that, like in life in general. And I think comics do that more than anything.
Yeah.
Because comics are constantly having to push through.
Yeah.
Always, in all areas. Like, comics' lives are never easy.
Exactly.
Damn
It's
sure.
not.
I read
It's-
this one article one time about this guy who's like really good at writing resumes and getting his foot in the door for these opportunities. And then at one point in the story, he had an opportunity to write for the Colbert Show. And then they called him up on like a conference call. And, this guy's excited about it. And then out of nowhere, Stephen Colbert comes on the phone.
Oh, shit.
And then he joins the interview. And there's like one rule in improv that is like, you never say no.
Exactly.
And Stephen Colbert's like, hey, can you say this word backwards? And the guy's like, oh, I don't know. And then Stephen Colbert, he gave it a shot. He said, whatever, blah, blah, whatever. And then he's like, all right, thank you. That's our time, and left it. And the guy's like, man, the one part where I should have just done it.
Yes.
And I don't give a shit what it sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
done it. And then
That's what's crazy about this.
That's-
That's what's crazy about this business, though, because you could hit that one moment with somebody who can do something for you.
Yeah.
And you hit that moment with them, and then everything goes away, and you don't even know why. And if you're not thinking about it, but this guy definitely sounds like he understood, like, oh shit, like I just fucked up.
Yeah.
Sometimes in this business, you can make a fuck up with somebody that you don't even know is a fuck up, and then you're just done. They're just done with you because there's so many other people ready to take your spot. There really are, and there's people that are. They're probably better.
Yeah.
You
In Vegas, I ran into this guy who
Well, we
saw
don't know
our
about
show.
that. I mean, that's Rick Izquieta.
Well, I'm speaking for me. I'm not putting on. Please don't let me project, Rick. Don't let me project.
Bill, you know
White
what?
people project a lot.
I invited
know?
these people as guests onto this podcast, and
Whites
to
are
have
very
you
reflective.
fucking
I'm
slander them.
Sorry. I'm fucking sorry.
We can burn it down on the way out, guys.
Don't
worry
burn
about
my house down, please. It's
This
fine.
one guy in Vegas, he watched our show, and and he stayed with us and drank with us after the show, and he was just fucking awesome guy from Canada named David.
People from
Right.
Canada are typically
What's
awesome.
up, Dave from
Awesome.
Canada?
Pretty awesome.
And then I was talking to him about the documentary, and I said, we're looking for investors. He goes, I'll invest in your documentary. I said, cool. That's it. And then like
That's
after
fucking
that,
awesome.
I kept telling my brother, dude, I got this investor, and we're thinking, yeah, we're gonna coast through. Let's do this, let's do that. And then I got in the mail from the investor, $113. And he said it was what was left over for the American Buddy.
Have you ever thought about crowdfunding?
Yeah. You know what? I was, but I didn't want to yet. Like I really wanted to kind of go festival route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Get
way
hyped
my
for
brother
it that way.
Yeah, because my brother's got talent. I give it up to my brother
Yeah,
Adrian.
yeah.
He's got a lot of filmmaking, editing, camera usage.
Listen, I appreciate the fuck out of that, especially
yeah,
like,
that's me too. Yeah,
I mean, people that like dedicate themselves to making the visual medium, it's really breathtaking. Like, because there's a lot of shit you can do. There's a lot of art in it. You
Yeah.
know, like I shot some bullshit the other day with this, and this I love this camera. It's a great camera, and it's real versatile.
Right.
Like the guy who shot a lot of Big Pine, he uses this, and then like he uses this camera, and then he uses like a Sony mirrorless camera.
is that Matt?
Matt?
Yeah.
Or Mark
Mark.
Silverstein.
Okay.
Steen.
Stein,
I don't
Steen.
fucking know.
You're such a fucking racist, bro.
I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck with names.
Fucking you guinea piece of shit.
I mean,
Some
hey,
Jew.
that's our word. That's our word. You don't get to use that.
I'm white. I can
Mr.
say whatever I
Uplands,
want. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
fucking
I'm a
King
Viking.
Uplands.
I'll fucking.
You don't get to use it.
I will
You
raid
don't
your
get to do
fucking
it. I will
village.
He does
fucking
look like a
shoot
Viking.
you in the stomach and
will
leave you to
raid your
die in a
village.
gutter.
Is that the university you
ASU,
cheer for?
Arizona State University. Yes.
Sun Devils?
Sun Devil. I am a Sun Devil graduate.
And I support any
Listen,
alma mater
you don't
that
close
has the
it.
shocker.
Bless.
Hey, what was our thing?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I really want to. I mean, all right. I
He was like,
saying-
"Good white power." Wait, no,
Like,
wait.
you know how, like,
No,
they're saying
wait,
that,
what?
like,
The white
you know how
power?
They're saying that right now, and a bunch of people in government are using this symbol, the white power symbol.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
white power symbol?
Yeah, like this.
They have like a bunch of people. One dude, he was when the National Weather Channel. They had the
Latino power.
yeah. Yeah,
Latin power.
Latin power, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, dude.
Yeah, there was a dude that was a part of the National Guard or Coast Guard, something like that. But he was on the Weather Channel.
Oh, it was the
And-
Coast Guard. Yeah, yeah. I know
And
what you're
yeah,
talking
and the dude was the one guy who's reporting in. The guy in the background
sitting
just
there
goes
like
like
this?
he goes like this real quick and then puts it off. He got fired.
He should have done.
Oh,
should've-
shit.
he should've-
When did this?
one of those.
When did this
Yeah.
become?
Yeah.
You saw that shit?
Yeah.
When did this? When did this become a thing?
international
I don't know,
for,
man.
I get to punch
Ever
you in the arm.
since ever
That's
since
what that's
Kavanaugh first came out, and they kind of the girl behind
Yeah,
him
the girl behind him.
supposedly
for.
did
She
that.
did that.
Oh no,
She
shit.
did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
I don't know if she did
This
or
is
didn't.
the gayest
but-
thing ever.
I know.
This is
it's-
white
Here's-
power.
It's like this. It has
It's
to be
like
seen,
this.
The W
This
and the
is
P.
this is some.
The last time I did
this
this-
is some bullshit.
The last time I did this, I was a little kid, and I was like, "Okay, this is from the Little Rascals.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Otay."
Otay.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel like
fucking
I'm
Little
talking about
Rascals.
like
Right?
something that's tasty. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, you like to see, but that's
Okay,
white
that's
people
so true,
shit.
man.
That's white people
Hey,
shit.
maybe
It's like, it tastes very
buckwheat.
good.
Maybe
Yeah, that is
Buckwheat started the white power
maybe
movement.
buckwheat was a mole.
Oh shit,
He was
dude.
really
Buckwheat
white.
was an agent provocateur.
Ah, is that white black
kinda like
supremacist?
how
Or
he
that
gets
black
all
white
serious.
supremacist?
Yes, he was. Yes,
Oh,
he was.
man.
He was. That's the child form of Dave Chappelle from that
Yeah,
sketch.
Clayton Bigsby.
Conspiracy theory.
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. Yeah. There
He
you go.
was, man.
Oh, that was
Holy
such a good
shit.
sketch. Fuck. So you've been at House of Comedy all weekend.
Yeah.
You've been staying at Matt's. What else have you gotten into in Arizona? Have you done
Oh
anything else
man,
that's been-
Arizona. I got left here one time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh shit.
Yeah. I
Oh,
got-
do you want to talk about that?
yeah, sure.
Talk
okay,
about that.
Yeah. It's-
Yeah, I remember that story.
Um,
I definitely remember that story. My buddy was trying to book Homeboy into a club at like, Comedy Off Main Street.
yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, he's gonna come over here and do this." Do you know Scott Ramos? You know that guy? Sit
No.
from San Antonio, bigger guy.
Oh
No?
no, but it sounds familiar.
So this is the dude that was like trying to get him to come to comms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know, and I'm good friends with my mentor, because that's who left me here.
Yeah.
Was my mentor in comedy, but I'm really good friends with him. I wish him nothing but love and success in his family. You know, but you know, you have fallouts, you have situations that
so
you
you
could,
guys
after
don't
you
still
work with
kick
somebody
it?
for so long, you become like a married couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
You really become like a married couple in comedy. That can happen too. And so, you know, always hanging out with them, and then all of a sudden one night, and this was several nights. It was several nights that he's doing this. He would drink. We all drink, you know, but
sure.
some of us, you know, take it to another level, and he was MVP in that. Let's just say MVP in that.
He was killing the
Does he
game.
do that?
Killing
Does
the
he only
game.
do that on the road, or does he do that at home too?
No. Well, I don't know. At home, there'd be times where I actually go to his house, hang out, have some beers, and talk.
Yeah.
And then, so I think at home, you know, it's cool. Just go sleep on the couch or in his bed. I don't know what. But
when
on the
he's out of
road,
town, he's an animal.
On the road, it was like, you know,
Yeah.
there would be a lot of activity and people wanting to drink with him, too. And then, in all good faith, as a good, you know, teammate does, is you stand by him and make sure he's cool and
Yeah.
make sure
Exactly.
nobody fucks with him, make sure, you know, he doesn't get himself in trouble.
Right.
Like if you see him starting to talk to somebody that you just heard some bad stuff, you go tell him, hey man, that guy, I heard him saying this over here.
Yeah.
Like I would do those things, you know, help him sell T-shirts too and whatnot, you know, and support as a feature should. In all honesty, as a feature should. Because he gave me a lot of opportunities, introduced me to clubs
Right.
and,
Yep.
and bookers and all, and taught me a lot. I would
Dude,
learn
if someone's
so
taking
much.
you on the road, like, I mean, you're there to work for
Yeah,
for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
If someone's like taking you on the road as a young comic, like
Yeah.
you're there to work for that person.
But some of
And
these
that's
guys,
what it is.
some of these veterans, you know, they've been through a lot,
Yeah.
and they got a lot going on. And
Yeah.
and one of the things with my mentors, he would always, and he'd call this he'd call me a pussy because I didn't like it, but he'd after a show would be like, you know, you fucking suck. And you fucking don't listen to me. If you listen to me, you'd be fucking funny. He fucking sucks though, man. He fucking He fucking sucks. And then there's fans. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and so that would go on, and you'd be like, all right, you just let it go because he's drunk. And then I started going, you know what? That's my cue. And that's it. I started saying, that's my cue. I'm out of here. Later, guys.
Yeah.
Later. Good night. Good night. And I would say, so I wouldn't be rude to people, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, and then I would make sure somebody would take him home. Every time I would say, hey, man, take him home, take him to the hotel, whatever. And then one night I just fucking walked to a bar. I said, fuck this shit. Walked to a bar. There were all these girls there. So I was talking to them, got caught up all night, drank more, walked back to my hotel, and then his shit was gone. And then I was like, what? It was like 3 a.m.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what am I going to do right now? So I
I
fell
heard
asleep.
I heard there was an instance of him like sitting on the trunk of a car pouting.
Well, yeah, there was, and that is actually, I have, you know, if he wants to deny that, I have 3 witnesses to that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
That-
I didn't hear it from you. Let's just say that.
We showed up, and that was another night. That was another year. You know, but
another
that was
year?
an incident that we went to go find some people at a club. And I accidentally had his keys because I was holding everything for him.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we were coming back, and when we came back, he was sitting on top of his car, and then he came down like, and then, what the fuck? Fucking fuck you, man. And I get, here, your keys. And, give my fucking keys. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck. And then it was like, everybody was like, what the fuck just happened? And then, and it was just crazy. It was just crazy stuff that, you know, I felt from though, because he was my friend, and I said, "Hey, man, hey, chill, you know, like, trying to work with him." But then they reached a point where I had enough, and I walked away that night. And then he left me here, and then the next day, he took my wallet. He took, you know, I had my credit cards in my wallet in his car and my charger. So all I had was the cash, you know, from the T-shirt I sold.
Oh no!
Right, the T-shirt I sold, and so. And then I said, okay, I got to fucking walk a certain distance and then catch a cab to Greyhound. So I walked a certain distance here in Arizona, very hot, horrible. And I had some clothes that I still had in the plastic bags for the hotels because he took my bags too. They were in his car. Everything was in his car.
Jesus.
And then I got to the Greyhound, got hopped on, and these two ladies got in a fight. These two fucking ladies. Hey, fuck you, bitch!
That's in the documentary.
Yeah, it's in the
That's your trip
documentary.
back from
Yeah,
here from that
so,
time?
And so I turned.
Fuck you, really?
And so I turned
Oh,
on
I
my
didn't know
phone.
that.
I started recording.
Oh, it's
You know, I
beautiful.
started recording when it first started, thinking it was just gonna be like an argument. You know what I mean? Like, and it escalated. And it escalated. I think my recording goes on for. I'll show it to you after this.
Did anybody yell "World Star" at any point?
No, I didn't. I didn't world star it for a reason being is because I saved it for this documentary
That's
to have
perfect.
kind of like a world
No,
star with it.
I just meant like somebody else, not you. Like, did anybody else catch it and like "World Star"?
Yeah, everybody would tell me that, dude. That's world star.
Yeah, that's shit.
You got to put that world star, man. You got to put
Yeah.
that world star. And I was
Like,
like,
I gotta
And
say
then-
this is mine.
and what sucks is I fucking filmed all the way until they brawled. Right? They brawled. I fucking stopped filming and I ran to the front of the bus because they brawled in the seat right behind me. You know, and they actually
it just moved into the aisle.
these two big
stand back.
bitches, man. And they fucking came and pushed, and they hit like my chair forward, and that just kind of launched me forward at the same time. Hit delete, hit pause, because I'm running to the front of the bus,
Oh my
you know.
God.
And I went to the front of the bus and sat down on an empty seat there. And ladies, what's going on back there? Oh, they're fine, you know. They're fine. I don't know. It's
Well,
crazy.
bus is 50 fucking feet. You know, like that's a long way. There can be some shit happening in
Yeah,
the bus.
yeah. And then the couple that was fighting the chick went to the front, and they were waiting. We had to turn around and go back to Phoenix Terminal.
Right.
So we were leaving Phoenix Terminal. 30 minutes. We were out, and we had to go back. And everybody in the bus was like, "Fuck, I got a show, man!" Like singers,
Yeah.
you know. There was a lady with a baby back there, like really close to these fucking people, and they were like screaming and yelling. It was sad. It was sad. So we had to go back, and the couple was in the front, and in the back, the big one of the chicks were like, "Yeah, that's right, because your man want me. That's right, because your
Jesus
man want me." Like just totally teasing them, and then it was like, and then I started filming again, and I got that piece, but I don't know where I fucking put it.
See-
And I started filming
we
again.
don't really need air marshals. We really need bus marshals.
Bus people,
Needs
man.
to be the U.S. bus marshals.
No, I just want to stay out of those things, man.
I mean, you could just put like a creepy fat guy who likes to play World of Warcraft and has a sword collection in there.
I feel attacked.
That's why I got my emotional support animal. He's a Rottweiler Doberman. Nobody messes with me.
Yeah, there you go.
I swear to God.
He's every
people
breed
walk
of dog
across.
that's scary.
Yeah, hey, and he's a sweetheart, but people walk across the street when I'm walking with him.
What's Bill Burr used to do it? Do you ever remember the old Bill Burr bit about having a pit bull? It's like owning a gun you can pet.
Yeah. He bit the crap out of one of my friends.
Did he really?
Well, like, yeah, when you're in my house, I tell people do not fight, don't get into a little argument, don't grapple.
Don't be aggressive.
Just don't grab him
Yeah.
because he'll see that and he'll. I mean, he's
He's
older now.
He's reactive.
But man, he bit
no,
the
he's
shit
the-
out of
he's the same way.
Eugene. This kid has a scar on his tricep for life.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, that's what you need on the buses, like air marshals with like nice little Rottweiler. Stop that real
I mean,
quick.
just a Rottweiler.
Actually, you
just
know-
a Rottweiler that
With
like,
the
really knows the
jacket
bus
on.
driver.
You know what I heard?
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me, it was obviously Mexican. A friend of mine said, just take that Mexican bus. he goes, take the Mexican bus. And I was
mean,
like,
you know shit ain't gonna go wrong in there.
And in all honesty, I think he's right because I've been in those buses before. And it's a lot of like families and just like nice people.
Abuela's going to
nice people.
visit the kids in
and he's
Phoenix.
right. It's like, and it's cheaper, I think.
Yeah, stay.
and does it come with a Modelo?
No, it comes with tacos. 2 tacos.
For real?
Stay away from white trash.
Fresh limes.
As
Yes.
white trash, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this: stay away from white trash as much as possible.
Yeah,
Because
they're pretty bad.
white trash, we
like
do
meth.
some shit, man. we
Can't
do
hold
some
their
shit.
meth, white trash.
Yeah.
If it's not meth, it's a fucking machine gun. If it's not a machine gun, it's a knife. If it's not a knife, it's
PCP.
a fucking bomb. If it's not a bomb, it's
Yeah,
a
you ever
PCP,
see anybody on
right
PCP?
there.
You ever like hand to God
PCP
see
is like
anybody on
white
PCP?
trash,
Oh my
fucking
God.
candy right there.
People are crazy on that shit. Like, I had a buddy. My buddy of mine was a cop, and he told me his PCP story where this guy, like, they walked up on this guy in an alley, and he was just like they were coming up behind him, and they just see him kind of moving back and forth, and they kind of come around on him, and they both got their hand on their pieces, and he's grinding he's got his hands like this on the pavement,
man.
and he's just
That's
fucking
nasty.
just grinding his knuckles into the ground.
Fuck.
And this dude is just completely gacked out on PCP. Oh. They used to use that shit as an anesthetic back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was originally like. That's what it was originally for.
It numbed his brain.
Yeah, and then they're just like, oh wait, everybody's like hallucinating and fucking like trying to eat people.
Jesus.
That's like the bath salts.
Bath salts.
You
are
seen
like-
that in Florida where the dude was running around
It
the
happened
highway?
in
Just
Florida. It happened in Canada on that bus in Canada.
Yeah.
They tried to pin it on weed. Those motherfuckers, but that guy was on bath salts.
Yeah.
Like the John McAfee, the antivirus guy.
Oh yeah.
He got like fucking. He was like making bath salts in like Belize.
Oh, was he making bath salts? He got in trouble for a bunch of fucking sex shit.
He got in trouble for a bunch of sex shit down
John
there.
McAfee, yeah, with the
He
McAfee,
got-
whatever.
the fucking
He got in
antivirus
trouble.
dude.
Well, he got in
Yeah,
trouble
yeah.
up here because someone like died on his property in a kite planing accident,
Yep.
and like he was being sued. And then he moved to Belize, and then they raided. He had like a compound, and they raided it, and that's when he did the Rogan interview. Like he called in on the lam, and he like did an interview with Rogan, like back like in 2000. I want to say 12 or
Okay.
13, and this guy's a fucking nut. Like it was one of the fucking creepiest, weirdest things. He's like traveling with a 16-year-old girl.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen his the documentary or something about that. I forget what it was exactly on TV.
I honestly
but
switched
remember
to
watching-
Norton after that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I saw that. I was
I'm
like,
not
man,
gonna
this
laugh
thing's
at your
crazy.
stupid fucking joke, Bill. I'm gonna hold you accountable for that, you asshole. Go ahead, William. I'm sorry. I had to tell him that was not acceptable. You
Yeah.
guys can chuckle at it because you're nice people, and I appreciate that about
Wow.
both of you. But he needs to know.
Yeah.
He needs to know.
I mean, isn't he white trash? Can he antivirus?
I don't think he has antivirus anything. I don't think he puts antivirus shit in his body. I don't
Yeah.
think he uses condoms. I'm trying to teach him. Okay, I've stepped into his life and have kind of
He's all
taken on a
but-
father role, and I'm
he's all
trying
like-
to show him how to be a good boy.
He's all, I got condoms, man. Have you seen the bitches I've been fucking?
I don't have any kids.
Huh?
I don't have any kids.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're not potent.
Huh?
I have 4 kids. You're my oldest.
Yes.
You're my oldest child.
I believe
He's
him
got a
on that one.
31-year-old. He's got a 31-year-old who
I
knows
didn't-
his way around a production program.
The other 3, I fucked for those. Like, I had a good time to get those other 3. This asshole just
Yeah.
inserted himself in my life.
Yeah,
He's
you
just like, hey, we're going to
You
hang out.
adopted him, right?
I'm
Yeah.
an insinuated son.
How many times have you tried to return him?
Never.
Every
Never
fucking
have.
day.
Every
Every
fucking
day,
day.
Rick.
Never
I
has.
can't tell him this, but it's
Never
every
has.
fucking day. Every day I call his mom, I'm like, D, yo, you know I
He
love
tries
you,
to
right?
fuck my mom. This piece of shit.
Is your mom hot?
No, she looks like me.
Here's
My
the
mom
thing,
looks
guys.
exactly like
Here's-
me,
here's-
which is weird.
here's the
that he wants
reason,
to fuck
like,
her. Just
I've-
saying.
This is getting
You know,
deep.
If I have
right.
to, if I have to raise
Little
this
Oedipus,
kid, I
right?
feel like I should get something. You
Yeah,
know?
you should get the benefit.
I should get a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Listen, if
Oh,
I got to raise you, I
hey.
get your mom.
Here, how about what's that fun? GoFundMe. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck.
Do a GoFundMe. I got to live with this guy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna set it up.
That could be a go fuck me.
The bill expense.
Here you go. That's our new app. Go fuck me.
Go
The
fuck
bill
me.
expense.
That's a great idea. Here, this is our $1 million idea for the podcast. So what we do is you get it's Go Fuck Me
Yeah.
is the app.
Yeah.
And it is just a bunch of nerds. It's basically a prostitution app, guys.
That's 100% a prostitution app.
100%.
Yeah.
Risky business.
Yeah.
Yo, we can't start that. They just got shut down.
We can do it.
Eh.
We have the technology. They can't
Loopholes.
catch us.
We got loopholes.
He's got a Juris Doctorate.
I have a
He's
Juris
fucking
Doctor.
smart.
Your family's
You got
lawyers.
lawyers.
We'll pull them in. Shit, man. We're all gonna.
we're
All right,
good.
then we'll do
Listen,
it. Let's do this.
we're
Let's
all
raise
gonna
some
eat,
money.
guys.
You know,
all right, that's
you
what
know
I'm
what'd be
saying. We're
funny
all
is
eating.
watching what you're watching right now, filming this, and then having a bunch of bitches like that, and then dancing.
They just
See, we
hop
did
in.
it.
Yeah.
What I need to do is I need to get the green screen up on this back like corner, and just then that would be 100% possible every episode. We could end the episode with boats and hose.
Boats and
every
hose.
time. Every time. Be fantastic. Boats
Yeah,
and hose
prestige
all
worldwide.
day.
Those.
All day.
You should get those inflatable bitches and start hanging them up.
Oh
those
no,
chicks and start
dude.
hanging
So
those
all right,
around.
one of the most scared,
Meat.
like one of the scariest I've ever been. I was working for a race team, and I lived in like Minneapolis or like St. Cloud, Minnesota. We had like this townhouse. It was fucking 5 mechanics, and one of the riders lived in the townhouse. And I go to the shower, and I'm like taking a piss, and I look, and there's a fucking silhouette in the shower, and I just freak the fuck out.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thing.
And I open the shower, and it's a blow-up doll.
Oh God.
I figured it was going there.
So they had made a trip to the sex shop, and like they just started fucking with me mercilessly. So I get up the next morning after the silhouette in the shower, and I go into my car, and there's a fucking like cocksucker in my cup holder. And when I say cocksucker, I mean it was a cock-shaped sucker.
Like a
on
lollipop?
Like a lollipop on
Lollipop.
a stick, but in the shape of a penis with balls. And it wasn't even like a big fucking it was like a micro.
So you ate it, right?
I definitely did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't eat it.
You
I
should
fucking-
have.
Yeah.
You
My
should have.
buddy-
You should have walked into work eating that thing, just like, ooh,
I should've.
Hey, boys.
hello,
come here.
I really
boys.
fucking should have, but I wasn't. I was fucking 20 years old and
Yeah,
just angry.
you were afraid of dicks at that
I
point.
was very afraid of penises.
You had to take
Hadn't
it
wrestled
to
in
the dome.
college. I took a couple of years off college and like went and did this racing thing, and I was just so fucking mad. And so I like throw this thing out because my buddy's leaving as I find it, and so I throw it at his truck, and then I get in to the thing and I look in the rearview mirror, and there's a giant inflatable dick like on the back of the passenger seat, so that when I look in the rear view to back up, and it's got a smiley face on it.
That's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
I got to work and I punched one of them like square in the face. Like I was just so fucking mad.
You're so angry, Bill.
I was such an angry young man.
I mean, you're getting to be an angry middle-aged man too. Just FYI.
I'm not that angry.
Well, it's because I've been working with you,
Buddy, I haven't put hands on
I
somebody
think
for
the punching
a lot
of the
time.
dick balloon is something called denial.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
we need to talk about that. Maybe
Am I
something will
projecting
come out
again?
as we ask more questions.
Am I projecting again?
I gotta get to the center of this.
Honestly,
issue.
my life would be so much easier if I was gay. You don't even know how hard gay dudes hit
All
on
of
me.
our lives do.
You don't know how
All
hard
of
gay
our
dudes hit
lives.
on me. Dude,
All of our lives.
At Big Pine, I defended a friend from a gay advance.
Yeah.
I did.
What'd you do? Put your ass in the way?
No.
If gays could
sure,
be ra- and if
boys.
gays could be rapey.
if I was in for it,
Some of them
then that's what I
rapey
would have done.
gays.
rapey gays, right?
Dude,
Rapey
it was a
gays.
rapey gay.
Yeah.
And this guy comes up, and it was with Ali Musa. I
Okay.
don't even give a fuck. Ollie, we love you. He's a friend. Anyway, we're standing outside the green room. It's after close, and this dude just keeps walking up to Ollie and just saying just gross shit to him. Just like,
I'll
can
suck
we,
yo.
He started like, let's make out, and then Ollie's like, no, I'm okay. And then he comes back, but you could really just come into the alley and like make out with me, and I'll let you fuck me.
Woo.
And I mean, like he was getting deep on it,
Yeah.
and I was
Wanted
just
to
like,
get deep on
He
it.
wanted to get deep on it. I don't think he could.
He wanted to get
I don't think he
deep in
could.
him.
This guy was like clearly Asian. Like he's not packing that big.
See, this is that North Dakota racist bullshit I'm talking about, bro.
It's just statistics, Matt.
He's all Asian,
It's
the
just
ones that worked
statistics.
on the railroad.
You know,
those guys.
the ones we put in the camps.
I didn't put him there. My family wasn't here yet.
The ones who put
We
it-
were fighting against.
And I don't know why we
Allies.
opened those cabs.
I don't know why we unlocked the door. Honestly, been saying to this day,
I don't know why.
taking
I
all
don't
our
know why.
fucking
Anyway,
jobs.
Why
so
we let him out?
I stopped this guy. I'm like, hey man, like if this was a chick and I was you, like the other guy be here punching me in the face right now for saying the creepy shit you're saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, of course.
fucking treat my friend with respect. And it's just like it's so funny that like I became the mother hen.
I love how you're white knighting for gays now.
I'm white knighting
Most-
for my straight
listen.
friends not to get
Hey.
Yo,
me too'd by a gay guy.
That actually, like, I was in Chicago one time a few years ago, at a show, and it's in Boys Town. Like, I love everybody from everywhere.
I do
have
too.
No problems
No,
with
no,
anybody.
100%.
no,
I have
feel you.
a
I'm
gay
just letting
uncle.
it
Like,
be
he's my
known.
buddy.
But like,
That's like saying you have a black friend, Bill.
No,
just
fuck
FYI.
but
Uncle Rick, I love you.
Love you, Bill.
Love you back, sweetie.
Not that Uncle Rick, my other Uncle Rick.
Yeah. No, so I'm out there at this comedy show, and we're outside, and these two guys, it's in Boys Town, which is a gay area in Chicago.
You don't say. Boys Town's a gay area?
Yeah, I know, right? So we're
I thought
outside.
the gays were good at naming shit. Like, come on.
They are. They're good at colors. They're good at everything.
But they fucked up on that one. That
You
was
should,
just,
you should
it's a
drive
little
through
too
the
easy.
streets of Boys Town. It's beautiful.
Very nice. But yeah, no. So this dude, he kept he's outside, and you can tell they were like messed up off of something. And I'm kind. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
Dude keeps coming up, pound it, and I'm like, all right, cool, here, peace, whatever, please, I'm good. I go inside the bar. I try and walk away. Dude keeps following me. And at a certain point, I was just like, man, I've had enough. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not trying to be super confrontational. I told my friends, I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna leave this show. I'm going to another one because I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
I walk to my car. This guy's running behind me like, hey! And I'm like, what? He's like, my house. And I was like, no, I thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, dude, chased me down. And
The moral of this story is dudes are just shit.
Never walk
all
alone to your car, guys.
Yeah. None of us are safe, guys.
Buddy
That's what we're
buddy
saying.
up when you walk to
That's
your
what
cars.
it is. It's like, hey, we finally got equality, everybody. Like, dudes
Yeah.
are getting harassed just like chicks are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some dudes are, it comes from both sides. Some dudes are pricks.
Hey, what's that famous attorney that protects women? What's her name? Gloria Aldridge? Gloria
Yeah,
Aldridge?
we need
Yeah,
to
I'm meeting with
call
her
her.
about
We
a
need to-
case. I'm meeting with her. Hey, I got sexually assaulted.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, by William.
Listen, I walked home alone. This is what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
Hell
interesting
no,
times, man.
It is
Interesting
interesting
times.
times.
And you guys watch? I know at Matt, I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
watch all that Kavanaugh stuff
I
going
haven't been
down.
watching any of it.
Yeah.
I don't. Honestly, I made a conscious decision 4 years ago, to just stop watching the news.
It's
Because
interesting.
I watched the news religiously. Everything that was happening,
Dude,
what's going on
it's a
here.
lot,
He
man.
pulled out a beer bong, and then he just fucking downed it right there. And then afterwards he goes,
He's like,
and then they said, vote him in, fuck yeah, dude, vote that fucker in.
That's all you need. That's all you need in America. I mean,
Fuck yeah.
you hit a beer bong. You want to get the real. You really want to get the white vote. You do one of those champagne bongs. You ever seen those?
Which one?
oh, champagne.
Yeah.
A chambon.
You never seen a shambong?
I've
What's
seen
a
it in
chambon?
stupid,
It's a
fucking
champagne.
dumb
Sounds like a-
It's like a
BuzzFeed shit.
It's like a champagne
Chamois.
flute, but it's a glass flute that curves around. It's a champagne bong. It's fantastic.
That is some white people shit.
It is
It's
white
the
people.
most.
It's the whitest
White
shit you could
people.
It's
do.
the most white people shit ever.
If you do that, you
This
definitely.
is why
have
I'm
a
rooting
Yorkie.
for everyone else. This
Yeah.
is. I agree that we have to be stopped.
White people do. need to be
It's up
stopped.
to you guys.
The Meat Sweats
to-
podcast does support that.
We're on a mission.
100%. 100%.
I'm with you guys. I'm team you. We suck.
White
He's in
people
charge.
really
He's
suck.
the mole.
Yeah, listen.
Just-
100%. See the big ugly Viking guy? Yeah.
He's our mole.
Yeah,
Just in
that's
case
it.
See
if
the
you're looking
Viking
for-
that
he
multiplies
looks
like he's Latino?
He looks like every
This guy likes
Latino
to
out there.
He
fuck.
does, right?
I was telling him that last night. I was like, dude, you got 4 kids? You look like that? I was like, dude, you are Mexican.
100%. See?
Like that,
I've-
Mexican.
I've been
That's-
accepted, Bill.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's in.
I'm one of
I have
them.
a
I'm
pit
one of
bull.
them.
I'm in too.
Bienvenidos, man. Bienvenidos a nuestro mundo de ser papá.
Yeah.
You pinche cabrón.
Oh my God. So you got one. Are you here till Sunday?
Yeah,
You
Sunday.
here
We
till
got
Sunday.
2 shows tonight, Saturday, and then 1 show Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
And
I'm gonna come
Jack
up tonight.
Knight. Come
I'm
see
coming up
Jack
tonight.
Knight. Yeah. It's fucking.
Jack Knight, that guy writes for Big Mouth.
Yes,
too.
he does.
I found that out.
He
and
does,
That's
yes.
fucking dope. That's
Yes.
a great show.
That's a great
Yes,
show.
yes. I find his comedy very interesting. He was really bringing out some tough topics, and for him being a young guy, I like that. I like
Yeah.
seeing that in young guys.
Yeah.
They challenge themselves. So he was funny. I
Dude,
like his comedy.
But that's what it is too. People are like, "Oh, why do you talk about controversial stuff?" It's because it's a challenge to do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
To put it out there in a funny way and to take a nuanced view of something. It's a challenge to you as a writer.
Bill Izquieta, the next Jack Knight, folks. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good job to pat yourself on the back there, right at the end of the podcast. As we shit on you the whole time, you're finally like, you know what? You know who deserves some praise? I do. I deserve praise. Me, Bill.
You might get the lower back, too.
Everyone remember me.
Can you get the middle of my back?
I'm
The
tremendous.
producer.
I'm tremendous.
Tremendous. I'm the greatest.
Hey,
I'm the
obviously
greatest,
that works
the
in
most
the country, so
controversialist.
why the fuck not use the trope?
Two of the most controversialist topics ever. It makes me better.
I'm tremendous. I can't think of anything. William's the impersonator. He's the voice guy, dude. You should.
You got voices?
Yes.
Yeah,
You got voices? I can't do voices. I
Yeah.
only got this one shitty one.
Let's
Which
hear
one
your
is
shitty
it?
one.
Show it.
This
It's
this
the one
is.
you've heard.
Oh,
the
that
entire
one?
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
The
thought
one
you were
I've
like
been
saying like you had an extra shittier than
No, I
shitty.
did.
Yeah.
So the extra shittier one is the impersonation I do of my mom. I just talk like this, and I put a little lisp in my voice.
That's pretty bad.
and
yeah.
that's kind of what my mom sounds.
And that's the voice that you're using while you saved your friend from getting hit on, right?
like. Yeah, definitely, 100%. If
Totally.
you
You're
go
gonna
mother
throw back
hen,
off of my dick.
Back off my friend's dick right now.
That is
That
my
dick is going
friend.
home with itself and its hand, and it's gonna do its own fucking business, okay? And you can do nothing about it.
Whoa, he does do voices, ladies
Yeah,
and
he
gentlemen.
lied.
Hey,
You
found his
fucking
first
liar.
one. He does gay really good.
I wrestled for 20 years.
He's a
You
great-
know,
Nailed
it's
it.
right there.
Bill makes a
Nailed
great
it.
game, guys.
It's like, hey,
Bill
welcome
loved
back.
wearing the singlet.
Welcome back, Bill.
Thank you. I still got like 3 of them. So you
3
know.
singlets?
Oh yeah, I still got 3
I
singlets.
bet you do. You
I
be
stole
running
it.
around with your balls hanging out.
My balls never hung out. I don't got none of them 70s singlets where they're cut all high.
And he certainly doesn't have the long balls. Like,
Don't have long balls.
he has
either.
no long balls.
No, I don't
Not
actually
your
have.
singlets.
Really don't have any balls. I'm just an emasculated man after Matt shaved my fucking beard.
That's right. That's what happens when you challenge your father. You get the shit kicked out
you
of
don't
you.
challenge your dad.
Were you a woman?
Huh?
Nothing.
Dude, so I got shaved and
That's
then
it,
like
but that's a fair question in today's world. Like,
It is.
in all
Yeah, that's-
fairness.
honestly, I've been confused with a trans man to woman to man.
Okay.
My friend Julian.
Really?
Yeah, my friend
Okay.
Julian. We used to work together at the place with special needs people, and his mom pulled up, and I was like standing outside with a participant, like helping him into a van, and his mom goes, "Julian," and I just look up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're not my son."
Oh.
And I was just like, it just crushed me. And then like from then on, like participants, so like people with special needs would be like,
Yeah.
they would call me Juju, and then they'd like realize that, oh no, that's not him. Like, when I would say something, like right after he shaved me, I was at the green room, and this dude, I like wasn't saying anything, just kind of leaned up against a wall. And this dude I said something, and this dude looked at me and he goes, "Oh, I thought you were a chick until you." And I was just like,
Hey, well, I'll tell you what. Like
That
you,
was a rough one.
You shave one day, okay, right? Shave really good one day, and then put on a long, like fucking wig, all right?
I don't need a wig. I got long hair.
No, but even like a long, pretty wig, like a long, pretty wig.
What are
right?
you saying? His hair's not pretty?
My hair's pretty.
No, prettier,
How
prettier.
fucking dare
All right,
you.
guys,
Prettier,
lighter,
more
lighter.
pretty.
Oh.
And then you put a softball jersey on, dude, because you look like if you were a girl, you look like that softball player.
Dude, I
dude.
would be such a
You'd be the
badass-
pitcher on
I
the
would
team.
be actually the worst softball player. Like I'm not really good at catching or throwing.
No, you would
like-
just look it. You don't have to
There's
play
definitely
it.
women that.
But you're
play
great with
softball.
batting balls.
Yeah, I definitely am. Definitely am.
And then Matt with a wig too, your teammate, like that. Fucking
yeah.
with
We
the
did
beard,
that one night.
but with the beard.
So
Not
there's
Matt would be the mad dad, like, come on, you son of a bitch.
you piece of shit.
Hey, I dated a girl who pitched for a college team, Occidental College,
Yeah.
back in the days, and I dated her, and I'd be in the stand with her parents, like watching her, and I'd be, yeah, come on, babe. I felt so gay. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Yeah. let's
Dude,
go, babe.
I dated a chick wrestler. I dated a chick that would like, yeah. So like, imagine be like, get her back, yeah, like fucking Arbar.
Stick a finger in his butt.
Yeah.
Finger in his butt.
Yeah.
My girlfriend literally, like my ex-girlfriend literally fisted a girl on the mat once on accident. Like she was like trying to,
Just slipped in?
There's a pinning combination called a thread.
Okay.
Where you push you push an arm through someone's legs and you push their head down as you pick up their arm through their legs. So you use it like a lever, right? To roll them onto their back. So she like shoved her hand to grab the hand she was feeding, and she was like, "I'm stuck."
Oh, God.
Wow.
And like she told me this story, I'm just like, "That's not fucking real." And she's like, "Bitch, it's real."
Oh wow.
I was like, "All right, well,
That's
you know, please don't do it to me."
Oh, now,
How did they get her out?
I mean, she just
hey, the jaws of life.
Little extra.
I mean,
just a
The
little
jaws
extra.
of life.
it was like, how long are you stuck there? Did they need EMTs?
Eight firemen.
Yeah.
She said the girl was struggling
Hey,
pretty
fireman
hard
had
when
to
she was in that
dance.
position.
Yeah, no shit.
8 firemen had to get there to dance to get it wet again. Hey, as a question for like as a question for a wrestler, all right? As a question for a wrestler, what do you think about these guys that are all of a sudden transvesting into females but are wrestlers? And then
Or
they go in
fighters.
and win these fucking
Or
first
fighters?
place,
Yeah,
one
no,
after
I
the
don't-
other after the other.
I honestly that like I don't agree with.
That's wrong.
It is
yeah.
wrong. I
That's
mean, you're a woman, but at the same time, you've lived so many years as a dude.
Yeah.
Like you're different.
Yeah.
You're built different.
Yeah.
Your muscle fibers are different.
For
Your
the
bones are
most
different.
part, like there's some dudes who are just
Like
scrawny.
femme
Okay.
since
Listen,
birth. Yeah.
if you're a tiny scrawny dude, you make a transition into
Okay.
a woman because that's how you feel.
Okay.
You feel like you're a woman. You're a woman.
Yeah,
you
I
become
get
a woman.
that.
Yo, but if we
Then from there you get jacked.
Look at
by
Fallon-
taking
Look at
testosterone like a
Fallon
normal
Fox.
woman.
Look at Fallon Fox.
I don't know Fallon Fox.
Fallon Fox is MMA fighter who beat the dog shit out of a bunch of girls, and she was trans, but she didn't tell
was a
anybody.
guy and became a girl.
Yes.
Okay.
She didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
As she was beating the dog shit out of women.
That's kind of being a fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very foxy.
It's not the right thing to do.
No.
You know, like if you're gonna say I'm gonna fight this person, then I better know who the fuck you like, you know.
There should be certain
Professional like that?
careers.
Come on.
There should be certain careers. From a man to a woman, when you trans from a man to a woman, Bruce Jenner being one of them, Caitlyn.
Stop.
There should be certain careers that you cannot sling.
Yeah, any type of
Fucking
combat sport.
jujitsu, any of that stuff is probably top on my list. Okay.
Combat sports for sure. Like anything with physical contact. Like even
Hey,
if you
football,
Rugby.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a girl.
No, fuck that.
Girl.
Like-
I'd love to see a girl who used to be a guy out there playing football now, like with the guys.
with guys,
Yeah, with the dudes,
I mean,
and
that's
being
okay.
fucking badass and be like, whoa.
that's okay.
That's crazy. Michael
wouldn't
Sam.
mind
Look
that.
at, I do jokes about Michael Sam, the gay football player,
Okay.
who just won. That's a big
Well,
topic
he was a
hit.
big deal. I remember Michael Sam first came. I don't watch football. I'm not a football fan. But when Michael Sam came out, he was just like,
That's a big deal.
that's a big fucking deal. He's
crazy.
the first openly gay
Dude.
football player.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
There's
guys.
no
I mean,
openly gay like Olympic wrestler that's ever existed.
there used to be a time. There used
No,
to,
no, there's not.
he look.
I'm
William,
trying to think.
William likes cars. Okay, William
I
likes
love
cars.
cars.
He loves cars. Okay,
We're gonna
And so-
come back to that.
And
for
so
sure.
there used to be a
We'll play
time.
out.
I'm a car guy.
There used to be a time that cars were just for guys to work on, and then it became
I love
girls.
I love
I love
chicks.
chicks. Yeah,
yeah,
we work on
hot
a
chicks
car.
working on cars.
Did you
that
ever-
became
did you ever
that
see
became a
the-
thing, but it's already a thing of the past.
It is.
Yeah, it's already kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah.
But over here, like in
Well-
in the boxing field, in that area, it's a different story.
Well, with boxing
I
and
love
anything
them.
like that, like we were saying before, it's the genetic makeup of a person. Like you can't put a woman against a dude. Naturally, men are stronger. We're like hunters.
Higher bone density.
Yeah, like-
Dude, there's evolutionary studies that link like because dudes have been getting in fistfights with each other so long, that's why men have a more square jaw than women.
Yeah.
Is because it's designed to get punched.
beaten.
It
into-
really is.
Yeah, but I
like
mean,
you see a dude with a big fucking masculine square jaw, that's because that guy could probably take a hit.
yeah, I
Like,
just
you know what I mean?
I feel
I just don't
I
agree.
feel I got that look.
that you can take a shot.
I definitely don't.
I
You
feel
see
like
those
I
double
got like
chins?
I've been through a lot of shit, man.
That's why I wear the double chin. It's the shock absorber because I got a weak one.
you know,
Yeah, but I'm-
you know, comedy, man. Back to comedy.
Back to
Crazy
comedy.
fucking world.
Back to
Crazy
comedy.
world comedy.
fucking
Nah,
crazy.
I mean It's an interesting discussion because it's
Like
just
here in Scottsdale, take for example, here in Scottsdale, we go up.
we're
and
in downtown Phoenix right now.
We're in
dare
downtown Phoenix. We're doing shows in Scottsdale, very high,
Very different areas.
income area.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some areas around here, lower middle income, and then you get different reactions, like you would get like in any normal city, and then up at the House Comedy, you get a certain breed of people. Like, this is only. $16, $20. This is, crumbs to me. Yeah. And so like, go ahead and do it. And so that kind of, you can feel that. And so as a comedian, when you go around, you got to know that. And Vegas is one of the places that you experience that a lot. Vegas, because in Vegas you'll have the Japanese to your left, you have the Germans to your right, you'll have the Scottish in the middle, and you have the Mexicans in the middle with the Scottish. And you just gotta be international.
Right.
You gotta be really global, and so that's what Vegas really gets you into that.
Do you feel like Vegas is a bigger melting pot than LA? For shows is because people go to Vegas
tourist-wise, 24-hour tourist-wise. I mean, I'm talking about year-round, 24-hour. This place is like a fucking the world 7-Eleven.
Do you go to Vegas? Do you do a lot of shows in Vegas?
I have one October 4th at Bonkers at the Ramada Inn, I think it is. So that's a casino gig. And I've done LA comedy before when I was opening for somebody, and I've done I think just one other one out there. Joe Lors, the guy who does the World Series of Comedy.
Okay.
Joe Lors, I did a long time ago. I did that one, and so always looking for more connections. I'm trying to get in the dirty at 12:30, but it's like you got to show up sometimes. You just got to fucking show up and they go, hey. I've seen you on. They'll look at your stuff. They already know. They've seen your Instagram. They've seen what shows you've done. And so if you show up, they'll put you on.
Right.
If they've been doing their homework, and then and as what I've seen in the Dirty 12:30, it's a fucking fun show. I'd love to do it. And
that's the one where it's like everybody that I know that goes to Vegas from here.
Yeah.
They're like, you want to get on.
You got to get
on the Dirty.
And Gabe has a great show. I mean, I always look at the success individually with you guys. Meat Sweats, with my boy William over
he
here.
Said success in Meat Sweats.
We're working.
Oh yeah,
We're working.
Yeah. Oh, I see this being something one day. You kidding me? You just got to use more like
no, it's a good dichotomy.
More meat terms like bacon. And you'll have a fucking.
We have a good dichotomy.
You'll be having farmers
really
calling
people.
you up. Things are low on this.
That's what we want. We want the
We're
ranchers.
thinking of going the podcast direction.
We're really trying to get the beefers of America and not just the fat chicks that Bill fucks.
We looked up.
I'm just kidding.
not.
Bill
We
doesn't-
looked
Bill doesn't
up
fuck-
meatsweats.com.
You just gotta watch out for
Found you guys.
PETA.
There you go. Fucking PETA.
PETA.
They ruin everything fun. Am I
I
right?
had
I'm not down
one
with
of
the
my
vegan
favorite
shit.
episode covers. So I make a cover every episode, and it's like one of the only creative things I really actually do. And I make this cover, and we did this episode where we came up. It was like our third episode.
Yeah, we decided that the best way to feed hungry people is with all the shelter animals. It's just like we're gonna kill them, right? We're gonna euthanize these animals in the shelter, and we have all these hungry people.
Send them to Uganda.
This is the only country where
Send
we're
them
like,
to the Congo.
dogs and cats are special.
Hell
Everywhere else, if you're fucking hungry,
Look, guys.
There's planes going there every day.
Look, guys.
You got free shipping.
Look, guys.
It's like
Yeah, look.
Amazon.
The way where I'm from and the way I think, I like about streamlining in offices and companies to work. So that's a great fucking
you
idea.
see?
You
Thank you, thank
So
you.
we titled the episode "Pita Mita."
So you kill two birds with one stone. Come
one
on,
stone.
guys.
See?
If we're not on Peter's radar for that, then we ain't gonna be.
Hey, if you can't feed yourself, it's cool. We got a little scrap over here.
We got
Listen.
We got a little Scrappy. His name's Scrappy.
Yeah.
When shit goes down someday, and like there's no food anymore, I love my cats. Like I'm a big fan of them. We're friends. We're cool.
You're just ruthless.
We
Yo,
fucking
boys,
kick it.
that's why I got an
We're-
80-pound pit bull. Like I'm
But-
eating for a while.
If there's no food, I mean, there's no food. You know, you gotta do something.
Here, boy. Where are you? Here, boy.
Why do you think I had 3
That's
kids,
it.
man? You think I had 3 kids
To eat
just because I
them?
love fucking?
Honestly, I feel like I'm ruined by apocalypse shows in today's day and age
Right?
because I think
It's
like
like
that all the fucking time.
They
I'm
gotta
just
be
like,
ready, but you're not even ready.
I'm not ready at all. But I'm just like, all right, here's my plan just in case.
That's why you got to get the map of where all those silos are.
Exactly.
Like, you know, the
wanna
underground
go be in the
bunkers that like
bunkers.
rich people buy. You just knock on the door like, yo, hold up. Y'all
Yeah.
need like a gardener?
Y'all want some
You know,
weed?
like, yeah.
It's like right now you're just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beers. We're ready.
We got this.
We're ready for apocalypse, bro.
We got this.
All right, we've
yeah.
got this. Brian's
We're
back.
there.
Hi, Brian.
Producer
Hi, Brian.
Producer Brian.
What's your guys' social medias?
No, let's
Put your
get the social medias.
You can find me. My website is rickiz.com, RICKIZ.com, and all my social medias are Rick, and then last name IZ, the word quiet, and then A, Izquieta.
Izquieta.
Yeah, let me do some promos too.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
absolutely. This will be. That's probably what, a week, 2 weeks.
We're going to post in 2
2
weeks?
2
Okay,
weeks, yeah.
so tonight we have a show.
Yeah. Tonight's show, House of Comedy,
How's comedy in Phoenix, Arizona?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Hey, Will does Comedy Chow Wednesday nights in Hollywood. Tell
There
him,
you go.
Will.
Yeah, if you or any other comedians that are listening to this, or if you're just fans of comedy, at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, there's a place called Cabo Wabo Cantina. It's Sammy Hagar's. Every Wednesday we throw a show. It's called Comedy Chow. It's an open mic / bucket. It is the best underground comedy show in LA. We have regulars from the store. We had Bill Burr pop in there one time. It's a great show. We fill it up. We work really hard for
Building
it.
up to it. It's growing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
It's becoming huge.
As
so.
long as you like, if you put it in, like shit'll work for you. Like, but you got to put it in.
Yeah.
Promotion is one of the hardest things, and the people that do and can promote, I can do nothing but tip my hat to you. So, yeah, if you're ever in LA, definitely check out that show. Wednesday nights.
Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. to midnight, Comedy Chow at Cabo Wabo Cantina off of Hollywood Boulevard in the Highlands Mall. And then tonight, also, we're going to be at the Three Wise Men. We have an official after party for all the comics.
They'll show up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll show up in 2
I
weeks.
mean, definitely go to Three Wise Men. I know a couple of the
And then-
bartenders there. They're great people.
Beautiful people. They're very beautiful people.
I said great people, man. I didn't want to bring it to that.
I brought it to that,
devolved level. You piece of shit.
I'm a garbage person.
How
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Then I have, there's another show on the 2nd. I'll be in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
At the Ace
Yeah.
Hotel. And then the 5th back in Hollywood. And then the 29th, I believe, of October, I'll be at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank.
Fuck yeah, Flappers a
Fuck
great
yeah.
club.
Yeah,
And then look
so-
for my documentary that I'm going to be finishing up.
Have you
Making a
titled it?
Comedian. It's
Making a
titled
Comedian.
Making a Comedian. And
Making
it's
a
not about
comedian.
making. Yeah, you get people ask themselves, are you making one? Like in the
No.
process? No, I'm not making one. And no,
This
you
is what
can't
it
make
takes.
one.
This is what it takes.
This is what it takes to
Yeah.
kind of go through all this crazy shit, crazy stories, good stuff. Hopefully, it comes out with a big name behind it. So sit
Sweet.
tight. We're gonna see what happens next month or two.
Awesome. We're excited.
And social media, if anything, will be funny without the E. Like that motherfucker will be funny because we keep it hood in Chicago.
You hear that? Will be funny, but not will be funny.
All right, everybody.
Now we'll
This
be
has been
with
Meat
the
Sweats.
beat.
Catch Matt
Guys.
every other Wednesday at the Grid.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Matt at the
Guys,
Grid.
thank you so much for coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
guys.
you for being here,
Yeah.
everybody.
And yeah, appreciate it. It was fun.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.
Deuces.